Former addicts talking about trying to jump out of moving cars, and successful rehab stories are driving a grassroots group in a small Tararua town to continue their crusade against P. The anti-P ministry holds weekly walk-in gatherings for people wanting support to quit or for family members whose loved ones are addicted to methamphetamine. Our reporter Charlie Drever visited Dannevirke and filed this report.
At an alternative therapy store on Dannevirke's main street, a group calling themselves the Anti-P Ministry holds a weekly gathering. Former addict Zane is one of the first to share his story and says the group would have been useful when he was coming off meth.
Your friends will hyping you up, and that's mainly the excitement about it. But once you trade all your friends, all your loved ones, all your family, all potential of any relationships or anyone giving a shit about you for your feet around a public toilet, and a dirty little meth pipe with a burnt throat and a sour taste, you may as well just cry yourself to sleep every night or quit.
Zane recalls being so desperate he tried to jump out of a speeding car to retrieve his meth pipe that his mate had thrown out the window, and he still bears a physical reminder of his addiction.
Dots all up their legs, scarring from picking over and over again. Just because you just don't like, I don't know, just don't like the fact that there's a bump there or something. You feel that the scab is healed with, you know, some dirty blood, so you pick it off, let it bleed clean, and they just end up doing weird things.
Throughout the morning, a number of people visit, including victims of crime, family members and other former addicts.
If you have any trouble around here or anything, we're here every Friday from 10 to 12. So yeah, just come down and feel free to talk. There's me, Fiona, Michael, Fiona.
Those running this session are an unlikely alliance: a grandmother, a social worker and Brendan Warne, his son and his brother, who's a Black Power member. Mr. Warne and his brother started the drop-in sessions. He's a former gang member himself who once spent his days cooking and selling meth.
We've had over 200 people through here in 6 months, so that's, you know, we've had 2 people in rehab, we've had who have graduated, and we've got others that are going to rehab. We're actually really happy with that. Mr.
Warne's life has changed completely. He's now a religiously ordained minister and is studying social work.
I'm doing mental health and addictions, level 4, so my plan is to go into the jails and help jails. Like, that's the main setback now that's stopping me, is they're saying I don't have all the paperwork. So now I'm about to graduate, so be warned, here I come. There's a lot of people in there that need help. There's a lot of people with mental health issues.
It's a crisp Friday morning in the Tararua town as a drop-in session continues outside the Magical Journey store. I'm here as part of RNZ's Broken Bad project, looking at all aspects of methamphetamine in New Zealand. Social worker Fiona Watson says they've struggled to find a space to hold the sessions because no one wants to deal with P addicts.
I'm quite amazed because there's a lot of empty buildings. Approached a few people and sort of, no, we can't do that. It's only 2 hours a week, for goodness sake. Give us a chance to actually explain to you what it is that we do. We're not having people having psychotic episodes coming up because they're not the ones that will come and talk to us. We just need to be given a chance, really. I mean, look what we've done already.
Miss Watson volunteers her time for the group and freely gives out her private phone number. She says they are making a difference. She didn't even recognise one girl they helped into rehab when she later bumped into her at the supermarket.
I had to have a second take, and when I did, you know, when we did connect, I was like, oh, the biggest hug and biggest accolades to her, and she was just beaming. It was wonderful to see.
The group's influence is evident in the town, with their stickers even gracing the local police cars. Senior Sergeant Jamal Glassy says meth addiction is a community problem.
But if there's people out there that are trying to use their initiative to do something about it, and if it's genuine, we need to be able to. They need to know that they've got our support and that we're in behind them and trying to tackle the issues, because we talk about it being a community issue so often, and it is. So therefore, let's not help the community to try and tackle the problem rather than just leaving it for police to do.
Dannevirke is not alone with its meth problem. Many small towns face similar challenges. But an anti-P ministry sticker on the Viking sign as you leave the area shows the community is trying to tackle the problem. For Checkpoint, Charlie Drever.